Deputy President of the Senate, distinguished Senator Ovi Omo Agege, all other principal officers here present, distinguished senators from my beloved state, Gombe State, distinguished Senator Muhammad Danjuma Goje, distinguished Senator Saidu Alkali, distinguished Senator Amos Bulus, Chairman of my committee, distinguished Senator Abdul Fattah Buhari, other distinguished senators here present, my friends and associates that join me on this to this distinguished chamber. Good evening, and may peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. Mr. President, sir, I begin by thanking Almighty for blessing me with this golden opportunity to be here in this distinguished chamber today. Then I use the opportunity to thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, for finding me worthy of this nomination to be part of his cabinet. I also use the opportunity to thank this distinguished chamber for the opportunity given to me to appear before respected personalities for the screening. I consider this as an honor and I appreciate it. My relationship with this respected chamber has been cordial from the time I joined the National Information Technology Development Agency at official level on one hand and personal on the other. We maintain a very good and cordial relationship that it helped me significantly in promoting and transforming the IT sector in the country. Briefly about my personality, I was, according to my father, I was born and grew up in Pantami quarters of Gombe local government in the Gombe state. Around 20th of October 1972, I was enrolled into a traditional school that we call Sangaya School or An School, where I spent more than 4 years there. Later on, I was admitted into primary school, then secondary school, Government Science Secondary School, Gombe. After secondary school, I was sent again to another town where I spent 3 years acquiring religious knowledge. After that, my father sent me to university, a Federal University of Technology, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, where I studied computer science as my first degree. After the first degree, I was retained by the university to teach. From the university there, I got my MSc in computer science. I also got MBA in technology management. Later on, I moved to the United Kingdom. I had the privilege of attending Robert Godding University in Aberdeen, Scotland, United Kingdom, where I got my PhD in oil and gas computing. During my stay in the Aberdeen, I had the privilege of teaching and supervising students on the graduate level. After that, I was contacted by Saudi government, where I got an opportunity to go there and teach at the prestigious International Islamic University for 2 years. I happen to be, with all sense of humility, I happen to be the first Nigerian ever to teach in that prestigious university. I also spent many years at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University teaching in the Faculty of Information Technology. I taught there for over a decade. So with this, my background is more into education, then secondly, IT sector, and I partake in a lot of research in oil and gas computing. Furthermore, I had the opportunity of attending Harvard University in the US, where I was trained on digital transformation. I also had another opportunity of attending Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and the IMD, Institute of Management Development in Lausanne, Switzerland, where I was also trained on strategic innovation. Furthermore, I was also at the Cambridge University, where I was trained also on management. So I had the opportunity of attending all these institutions. Part of what I have achieved in academia, particularly at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, I happen to be the pioneer technical staff of Information Technology Development, Information Technology Department, where I championed the development of the entire curriculum of that department. And I had the opportunity of training over 1,000 students in the university in IT-related courses. At least most of them are all over the country, adding value to this great nation. When I traveled to Saudi, I also happened to be among the pioneer staff that established the Faculty of Computer and Information Technology there, and I happened to be the head of our technical writing department as well. On 26 September 2016, the President of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, appointed me to come and be the Director General and the CEO of the National Information Technology Development Agency. I joined the agency on 26 September 2016, and I'm grateful for this honor by the President. As a bloody teacher, I was brought back to the country, and I had the opportunity of contributing my quota towards the development of our country. So I spent at least, I am approaching the third year now at the National Information Technology Development Agency. Part of my achievements in the agency, firstly, is reactivating our responsibility of being the IT clearinghouse for all federal public institutions when it comes to IT projects. That effort alone saved over 16 billion naira for the federal government of Nigeria. This achievement is an unprecedented one. With all sense of humility, I believe that this is something that if it is maintained, it will go a long way in reducing the percentage of IT project failure in the country. Furthermore, part of what we have achieved at the National Information Technology Development Agency within this time frame, we had the opportunity of trying to make sure that we enforce our local content policy, meaning that we are not in any way allowed to patronize foreign IT equipment until and unless if we are convinced beyond reasonable doubt that we have no capacity to do it in Nigeria. But as long as we have the capacity to produce any, or to manufacture, or to develop any software or hardware, then the importation is not allowed. Through that effort alone, what we have achieved in 2017 is unprecedented. In 2013, before I joined the agency, the patronage of our local computers is around 82,000. In 2014, is 92,000. In 2015, is around 92,000. In 2016, 150. But in 2017, with the with our effort, with our modest effort, we were able to catapult that to around 265,000 within a single year. So this achievement is also unprecedented. In addition, I had the privilege of using the agency with the support of my staff to promote ICT by deploying ICT computers and centers to 246 institutions in Nigeria. In addition, we established 11 world-class virtual libraries in federal universities all over the country. We also established 9 wide area networks all over the country. And we partake in training people of various categories in ICT, including people with disabilities. We train a substantial number of people with disability in Nigeria to the extent that some of them, as of today, establish their ICT centers, and they partake in delivering services, and they are being paid by doing that without roaming our streets begging. Furthermore, we introduced a training for women for ICT, where we train women on ICT, we distribute facilities to all of them, and we make sure that at least they are self-reliant. This is something that has been achieved significantly as well. In addition, we also introduced what we call hackathon and future hack. and particularly through our startup program, where we move from one zone to another, from one state to another, identified our young innovators, those that we see they have the potentials of making the country proud, to make sure that we mentor them, we guide them, we provide seed funding for them in order to make the country proud. And this we are able to achieve a lot through this process, in addition to our cybersecurity effort. Most importantly, during WannaCry, the National Information Technology Development Agency was the first institution or body in all over the country to notify Nigeria and Nigerians about the potential danger of